me want to keep them, except for Raoul, because like he have three. He can have no negative perks, and I might not even pick him up now. Now that I know the whole fist thing, like dead ass, I would legit pick him up to keep him in the base. Like I would, he wouldn't even go out. Like so, as soon as I get somebody else, I would legitimately kick him out. He would just be, he would. This is literally what he would do for me. Come over here. I'd be like, damn, Raoul, what are you gonna do? Oh, that's right, you're gonna fix the fucking barricade every phase that I need you to fix the barricade, because you are literally good for nothing fucking else in the base. Absolutely useless. Literally. And you have a negative trait, which is crazy to me. They should just give you a super trait or some shit at this point to make me want to use you, because like, holy, Raoul is just, I don't know. Every day that goes by where Raoul's like not buffed or still fucking like just uber useless, like perk useless, fucking have a negative perk, like every day that goes by, I hate that man more and more and more and more and more and more and more. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a me thing. I think I just really hate Raoul. I think I really just hate Raoul as a character. Like every fiber of my being hates him for some odd reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of how useless he is. Because I mean I hate Hudson about the same amount, but I think I hate Raoul more because like Hudson, they make you want to hate Hudson, but Raoul, they don't make you want to hate Raoul. You just hate Raoul because he's so fucking useless. Like the distillery, cool man. I love the devs to death. I love what they're doing with the game, but I just truly hate the character Raoul. And the distillery's fucking useless. Every other station in the base is, I don't know. It's infinitely better than the distillery. Like who's the oh my god, I'm gonna say it. Who the fuck cares that you can make pipe bombs with pure alcohol? Like what? Like I come over here and I can make pure alcohol. There's literally only one thing the distillery makes, and it's pure alcohol. Or the gas or some shit. I don't even know because I don't have Raoul's ass anymore. And I don't fucking need him because I don't know when. I thought the pipe bombs and the grenades were really, really, really fucking cool whenever they first came out. But like the way that the grenades work, I hate them. They roll too goddamn far. There's no way, like there's no indicator to like show where they're gonna stop at. So the only time that you can really like time it really well is if you've just been throwing them hoes your whole life and you're a fucking professional baseball player or a fucking pool shark and you know angles and you're fucking a mathematician fucking goddamn for an Ivy League fucking goddamn college or some bullshit. Like those things are terrible. That's a bug. They're terrible. Pipe bombs, they're better. I'm not gonna lie. Pipe bombs are pretty good. They're pretty cool. I'm not gonna complain about the pipe bombs. But at the same time, the pipe bombs are fucking useless because you can throw. The pipe bombs don't do enough damage to like warrant me wasting my fucking resources on them. Like I could throw a pipe bomb at a group of fucking like 7 zombies, and two or three of them hoes will just get up, shake that shit off. Why the fuck would I make something like that then? They're useless. Absolutely useless. They're cool, don't get me wrong. But like, let's be honest. Every time that I get one, I use it on the level that I get. I don't save them up. Because there's been no part of this game other than like whenever they were first introduced, I was trying to like bomb. I was trying to make like noise in the place where you unlock with the lock in the police department at the very very top, and you gotta go in from the top and you gotta use the bolt cutter to open the door, and and then you go in there, and usually there's like a gun or gun parts in the gun thing. I don't know why they make it gun parts. It should be a full gun in a fucking police station, like that you have to bolt cut open. Like, why are there gun parts in there and not a full fucking gun? Sorry, excuse me. I'm just very passionate about this game because I have 170 hours in this motherfucker, and every time an update comes out, I play this game. Like right now, I haven't finished the Spill Zone once, but I'm not gonna lie. I've been sitting on like recording this video for like three days or something like that, just because I've been playing a phone game, and I'm gonna be honest with you, ever since like the whole punching thing and my brain rewired for like how easy to hard this game was, because I considered myself like a casual, like right in between like casual and then like extremist, because I think the game should be hard and a little bit of a challenge, but like with Fist in the game, which is crazy because like this will definitely give away who I am on Discord, but like I made like a post a while ago about like creating like an amateur boxer type of dude, to like increase like fist damage, because you know they have blunt weapon damage, they have the blade expert, they have the gun expert, but there's nobody that like does increased damage with their fist. There's only people that take less damage, which is, now that I know what I know, it's really good. Like, we don't need a punch character like deadass. That might actually just break the game. But like before, I thought that the fist were so weak that we needed like a boxing character. That is not the case. Fists are actually very, very, very OP, and when you learn that, this game's fun meter goes down. Not because the game's changed or anything, it's just because you if once you punch enough zombies, once your balls drop and you go punch like the regular zombie, and then you make your way to the vested police zombie, and you're like, oh man, that's like 2 or 3 more punches. That's really not like that big of a deal. Like, I could just save all of my weapons. Like, I came in here with 3 weapons, I'm leaving here with 3 weapons. Like, then on top of like the vest zombie, there's the screamer. It's the exact same attack pattern as the as just like the regular zombie or the vest zombie. The regular zombie, I think it takes like 9 hits. The vest zombie, it's like 11 or 12. The screamer zombie is the same. I think it's like 9 as well. And then the only zombie that like really surprised me when it came to like health is that one zombie that like is like crouched over, you know, the one that like kind of crawls and is like it's kind of like giggling, walking around and whatnot. Those zombies are actually really hard to like beat up, because like I put in work. I hit that motherfucker like 12 times and threw him off me 4 times. That guy would not die. Like, that man has so much health. It actually surprised me that zombie had more health than like the vested zombie, which made no sense to me, if I'm completely honest with you, because why does the vest zombie have more than the regular zombie? But a zombie that attaches to you, does damage to you, but is exactly the same as the regular zombie. Like, the attack pattern is exactly the same. The only thing is that they grapple you and they do damage to you every time that they hop on you. Like, I don't understand, which I gotta go back and test to see if I can press Q and dodge his grapple, or if it's just an automatic thing. But I just don't understand why it had so much fucking health. It made no sense to me. It makes no sense, like, in this game, in this universe. It really, it did make me mad at the time, but I thought about it, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, just kind of disappointed. I was like, why the fuck does that thing have so much health? And then, there's the bloater zombie, like the big zombie. Not the green military one, which I'll get to that one, but the bloater zombie, I think it's pretty good. It's got two different attack patterns, which it usually just defaults to like that quick swipe, which if you're not fucking 50 years old, you you should be fine. You like maybe you get hit once by like when it does like the wind up attack, but even then like if you just wait and then like hit it like halfway through that wind up attack, you'll be fine. Like the damn thing is fucking pathetic. I'd literally go box one of those right now if I knew exactly where one is, just to show you how pathetic it is. But like I don't. And then there's the green military zombies. That's the last one I'll talk about. The bloaters I feel like are fine. They have enough health. The attack patterns actually they attack pretty fast. The wind up attack it's pretty good. Like the speed, sometimes if you're not really locked in, it can get you. And them motherfuckers hit hard, so like it will fuck you up, which I can appreciate. The military ones though, those make me sad yet happy, because like they're pretty much bloaters, but like they take like zero damage from like your fist. Like I fought that thing. I think it was like in the last episode. I don't know if I uploaded it or not. I'll probably upload that one and then this one. But I don't think I uploaded that one. But I went and fought that motherfucker with Isabel, like at the front of like Jensen. Because for some odd reason they just throw in a fucking when the horde increases, they just throw in a fucking big green military dude and call it a day. Like, oh yeah, that'll keep them there. Like, I'm not saying that like I appreciate it, like that ass. Like, at least they are adding something that'll make it a little bit harder. But like just throwing in a green big military zombie that you can't beat with your fist is kind of lame as shit. Because, like, I sat there and knocked that fucking thing down 3 or 4 times. You can't assassinate it, and it just doesn't die from fist. Like, by the end of the fight, I had a fractured wrist or some shit. I think I had like 2 things. Like, Isabella had like 2 things. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like a deep wound, which I didn't care about. And then the fractured wrist, which I didn't know how fractured wrist worked at the time. I was like, oh yeah, man, this is whatever. I can't use like the things. That's cool. And then I went and tried to go out, and I was like, oh, it means like everything. So you can't send this person out until they're like fully healed. So I think it lasted like a whole like day or 2 phases. So I like that. I like that as a debuff. Like fractured wrist should probably be tossed around more than I think fractured wrist as a debuff that's meaningful is balanced better than a deep wound. I'm just gonna say it. I think fractured wrist is balanced better than deep wound. Deep wound is random as fuck. Some runs you don't get any, like this one. Like, I mean, I had a couple, of course, and Vince did die because of I got him a second one, and he did not survive that one. But like, pretty much, I think I've had like 4 deep wounds, and they've just been whatever. The only person that's died is Vince, which, don't get me wrong, please, just, I understand. Deep, some people don't know what I know when it comes to deep wound. I get it, okay? Deep wound is fine, but at the same time, like, in the overall scope of things, like, deep wound compared to fractured wrist, just, there's no contest in my brain to think which one I would rather not get. Like, I'd rather not get deep wound. I mean, not deep wound, fractured wrist. Because, like, with fractured wrist, they literally can't do anything. They might as well be dead. like, dead ass. Like, fractured wrist pretty much makes your survivor dead and just uses resources. Like, they pretty much make a zombie for, like, 2 or 3 phases. And you just have to deal with it. Like, deep wound, man, I've watched so many people that just say, fuck it, let's see if he survives. and just send that motherfucker out. Like is it like go do something useful before you die, fuck? Like, bro, like, please do more fractured wrist. Like, I think just the debuffs are, I think the debuffs just need to be changed, and some of these fucking perks too. Holy shit, bro. Tough is goated. Some of these other ones, like, what the fuck is this? Truly, what the fuck is this? I don't think I'll ever actually need this perk. Just because of how it works. Like, unless I get Kirk early and he gets fucking fractured wrist, which they don't give those out a lot, this is literally never going to be applicable. Truly never. This perk is useless. This one, Jaded, just trash. I'm gonna just say it like it is. It's trash. It does nothing. Even on hard mode, like, even on base hard mode. Like, look, I understand if anybody's listening to this, they're probably like, well, you can change the setting. Yeah, but, like, I understand that. And I've been looking for other people that play on different settings so I can ask them for it. But since there's no code sharing, it's really hard to, like, just be like, hey, anybody got a code that I can take down? I want to try out somebody else's thing. And, like, I want to go, like, watch a run on YouTube, see a code at the bottom, and then after I get done watching the video, I want to go see if I can do that run better. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, going into hard and then changing the custom settings, it means nothing. You're getting nothing from it. Like, truly, like, you're getting nothing from it. Like, there's no shared experience, like, in me going and messing around with the settings right now, because it's not like I got it from like a group or like the Discord. It's like, yeah, everybody plays on this because this is difficult. Like, this is what most people that are this good at the game say is difficult. Like, I could go make settings all I want, but, like, I'm not gonna feel any sense of accomplishment from messing with settings on my own end, because every time that I mess with them, I'll only know how I did on them. And once I get used to settings, it won't matter, because then it'll just be like, oh yeah, man, I know how to do that. Oh, I know how to do that too. But when I have something like, when I play base hard mode and I compare it to somebody else that I'm watching, I'm like, they did do that. That's a good strat that I could keep, that I could do. But if I go on fucking YouTube and there's somebody playing with custom settings and I don't know that, and then I try to do something and it's like, what? This guy did that. Why the fuck why is that not working for me? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. Like, it won't be the same. It's not gonna be the same until like you can move settings over to other settings. Like, that's why, I don't know, low morale, trash perk. Organized, goated. I mean, more backpack space the better. I saw some people saying that, like, you get, like, custom, like, clothes and stuff, and get, like, pockets or things that give you certain like buffs and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. I think more customization would be nice in this game. Not talking about perks and all that stuff. I'm just talking about, like, if there was, like, a clothes system, like a closet that you could, like, unlock certain things that give you, like, that give the one person that wearing it, like, you know, like, if I were to send this man out and he had the and I could send him out and the hazmat suit was right here and I could just click on it and I could just wear that to whichever one I want, like, but it had the plus side of, like, you know, if there's any gas on there, then I won't take any damage. Then yeah, I would like something like that. But since there's not, you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain too much about that. I would like some more customization, like in the game, to make things stronger or work better or more efficient. And while I say that, I know I'm asking the game to be harder, but like, there's just no way to make this game like as hard as I think some people want it. Like, which is why I'm not really complaining about like the difficulty. I'm just complaining about some of the stuff that I feel like is useless and does nothing and doesn't help with the whole difficulty problem. Like this, the guilt thing. Bruh, come on now. I'm gonna shove the ass in the communal area one time, and if that's not the case, I just give him beer and I don't think about it. Like, that's the craziest. Now that I think about it, that's the craziest fucking thing. I do give a lot of beer, and this thing over here with Raul would be clutch. It would be, but like, morale is just, it's like the most useless stat ever. I've never once had anybody get low enough morale to leave the damn thing. And I don't know if you noticed, I'm running out of food before I'm running out of morale. There's nothing. I think I saw some people on Discord talking about there needs to be like some infighting in here. I completely agree with that now, because like the morale as a stat is so useless. Like, I could keep this and just I have 17 of these and I didn't need Raul for a single fucking one. That's how useless that man is. That's literally how useless he is. This isn't a hate on Raul video, but like, he's just a very good, like, he's just a good like baseline for like how useless some things are. Like, honestly, this is a good debuff. The attack damage reduced is a good debuff. The extra damage taken is a good debuff. The good cook, it's a great perk. This perk is also a great perk. If I'm honest with you, I don't know why the Daff. I mean, I do know why, because, you know, all this shit over here, the lore. I do know why she has 2 great perks, but why the does she have 2 great perks? And if I'm honest with you, this is a good negative perk, but it's not good enough. This is not good enough for a person like Daff. Daff should have a super negative perk. Like, Christine's negative perk should be attack damage is reduced. Daff's negative perk should be increased damage. That would make more sense. She legit has 2 of the best perks in the game. Like, she can craft 2 things. It makes no sense to me why she has such good perks. Truly. And then we get over here to this guy. Why would I ever pick up Aubrey? This guy has first aid training. Why would I ever pick up Aubrey? I have this man to choose from, and I have Daff to choose from. Why the fuck are there 3 people with the same... I understand why, because it's hard to balance traits. I get it. It's hard to balance them. It's hard to come up with new traits. But at the same time, there are so many great... Like, I don't think I've done too many, like, Discord posts where, like, I've, like, been like, oh, yeah, this would be a great trait, or things like that. I think I might have done that, like, once. But, like, there are so many people that are giving so many good suggestions for, like, traits in general. And so many of these people have the same fucking trait that it just triggers me, because you want us to play all of these characters, right? You want us to get it, like, you know, into the story, like the immersion to like really hit us where it feels, like, you know, put ourselves in their shoes. But like, when there's so many characters, like, if like Aubrey's not like a bad person, but like, why the fuck does Aubrey only have 1 good perk, which Miguel and Daff have? But Miguel and Daff also have another goated perk alongside that. And both of them have the most pathetic, I mean, just downright ridiculous debuff trait. This man spending a phase in the shelter will make him lose morale? What? What is that even gonna do? This man hasn't left the fucking base since I got him. He's had guild for every phase now. What is this? Is this a negative perk? Because I don't think it is. It literally means nothing. This man has melee damage increased will on low health. Who thought it was a good idea to give Daft and Miguel the most bland, generic... I'm not even gonna lie. These are really well thought out, like, negative traits. But, like, they're just so bad. Like, in comparison, for somebody that has 2 good perks to only have 1 negative, not even negative. I'm gonna be honest, on a scale from, like, 10 to, like, negative 10, Miguel's, like, negative trait is, it's like a -1. If you wanted to say it was a negative, if you want to say like a -2, sure, be my guest. But honestly, it's almost a 0. It has almost no impact whatsoever when you're playing this game. And it feels awful. It feels genuinely awful. Because I'm like, oh man, I really will have to like... Because I feel like it's supposed to force you to send him out to get use out of this will to live, which is a really good passive. But like, why the fuck would I send Miguel out when I have this guy, which is crazy, that has the loses morale, like, or restores morale, which is, if I'm honest, it's pretty much the fucking same thing as Miguel's. Because that's how much, like, morale is affected by half of these negative traits. Like, I swear to God, if I were to do the math and sat his ass fucking, like, here and Miguel here, bro, they would be fine. Both of them would be fine. Literally. This man has this, though. This man has a goated ass. He has two. He has two. Well, one really, really good trait. And then, like, this is like a 2 or 3 dead ass. This is like a 2 or 3 trait. Like, this is not a 10 trait. This is a 10 trait. This trait right here is a fucking 10. This is a crazy trait. It's goated. And Jaded is not good enough to warrant him having a 10 and a 3. 13 and -3 equals 10. This outweighs everything else that you put on Kirk. It doesn't make any sense. Please change some of these perks. And why? Same thing for Isabella. This backpack space and the damage resist are the only, like, 10 perks that are in this game. Like, to me specifically, they're the only 10 perks. And Jaded is, like I said, it's a 2 or a 3. So that's why Isabella, in most people's eyes, is probably an A. I can understand why people don't bump her up to an S. When you start using those fists more, though, Isabella's a fucking S. Like, Isabella is easily, like, just as good as Joe. No cap, I understand that Joe is the person that you can go and you know, gearhead and, you know, get extra resources from dismantling items. But, like, deadass, this extra morale is lost when hunger is low. You guys have to stop basing shit around the morale. It literally does absolutely nothing. It does nothing. These traits aren't bad enough. Like, this, I'm not even gonna lie, this probably is the worst one other that I pointed out, other than like the take extra damage one. Like this one depleted. This one's like a 5, but the reason why it doesn't feel like a 5 is because Joe has fucking two. He has a 10 and like an 8. He has a 10 and an 8. That's 18 minus 5. It's 13. He's over capped on fucking traits. Like you have to do something with the balancing of these traits. I don't understand why Aubrey, of all people, has like, I'm not even gonna lie, because like this is it's infinitely better than what Aubrey has. Like the medicine is just it's not a 10, it's not an 8. Shit, it's not even a fucking 5 if I'm honest. Like it's more of like it can be a 5, I guess. It can be a 5 depending on like how you're playing the game. Like if you're getting like fucking if you're boxing and you don't know how to box yet and you're getting deep wounds, flesh wounds, shit like that, her thing can be bumped up to like a 5 or 6 depending on like how sorry you are. Not saying that people are sorry, but like, you know, once you learn attack patterns, it's pretty easy. Like it's pretty much like playing Elden Ring. Like once you learn attack patterns, it's a cakewalk. But like having a 10 and an 8 and a -5. Come on now. Joe is not an okay character. Like you have to nerf him. Like for this game to like it's not. I think a lot of people that play this game, they want to make things like harder, like gameplay wise, but to be honest, I think a good change that would be easier for the devs, if they listen to this, that would be easier for the devs is to just nerf some of the traits. Cause like either well, you don't have to nerf the good ones. If you want to, you can. I don't really care. But like you have to buff these negative traits. They're fucking terrible. I laugh at these. Penny's nightmare thing, I'm not even gonna lie, that shit is, it's still useless. I've made like 3 different posts about Nightmare, and that's probably when I did my big post about like fucking traits and how they should be changed to make them feel more, you know, impactful. But like Joe is not an okay character to have in the game. Like, I'm gonna just be straight up with you. Joe is not an okay character to have in the game. I love the dude, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Like, this man is S tier for a reason, and he's gonna stay S tier until, I mean, even if you do give him a more negative one, like, he's still gonna be S tier unless you just absolutely, you have to do better with these negative traits. This is, it's ridiculous. Michelle, on the other hand, I think recently she's actually been, her stock's actually gone up for me. Like, loses more rest each phase. I'm gonna be honest, I barely fucking notice it. Like, I promise you, the only real trait that ever matters to people, because when you get to like yellow, well, when you get to starved, it lets you know that, you know, you're gonna die. When you get to sleep or something, I'm pretty sure it does damage, or you could die as well. But you have to make consequences for them getting to like yellow or orange, like for most of these, like these the resources for the characters, because me getting low on sleep never does anything. It doesn't do anything. I can still do everything perfectly fucking fine with everybody sitting at fucking yellow, like I'm doing right now. Legit, this is what I normally see day-to-day basis every time that I watch anybody play this fucking game. There's every resource that you manage on a character just feels so useless, other than hunger. Because it depletes faster than anything else, and it specifically states you will die. And because there's a sleeping area and a communal area, it's so easy to get the other two back, that the only one that's ever damaging in a run is the hunger, which I understand is why there's not, what is it? Is why there's not, like a food thing everywhere. I understand that's not why it's not everywhere, but at the same time, like, what the fuck kind of balancing is that, if I'm honest? Like, why is hunger, like, if I can grow plants in a zombie fucking apocalypse, what makes you think? I saw somebody put something in the Discord that made a lot of sense to me. Why isn't there a % chance to get seeds back when you plant something? Like, Christine should have a % chance to get seeds back when you plant something. Like, it doesn't make any sense, like, at all. I mean, food, as you can tell, I haven't been struggling with food this entire time until just now. And the only reason why, because I even have seeds even without that perk that I'm talking about. I have 12 seeds and I have Christine. What is that? 6 times 10, that's 60 vegetables. It truly doesn't matter if the seed perk is in or not. Food is so important that, like, I pick up more seeds than I pick up, like, most things early, because of how resource intensive, like, I have to focus towards, like, the hunger bar. Legitimately, rest and morale are so irrelevant when it comes to trying to run through this game that I barely look at it. I see somebody green, I'm like, I'll just throw them in the bed real quick. I see somebody yellow, I'll just throw them in the bed real quick. Same thing for the communal area. These things, this guild shit, it goes away so easily. Morale, I promise you, morale does not, you need to have negative consequences for getting below green. Like, there should be something that happens when you hit yellow. There should be something that happens when you hit orange, or there should be something that happens when you hit orange. It shouldn't just be, oh, you're starving now. Fucking starving barely does anything. It just lets you know that you're fucking starving. What is that? What does it do? It legitimately, it does nothing. And I swear to God, if I go back and I were to look at starving, and it's like, oh, the longer you're starving, the more morale goes down. I swear to God, if I see that in another fucking description, I'm gonna lose my shit. Morale is so fucking useless. Morale is useless because the communal area can be built it's brought with you at every single area you go to. The reason why I was complaining about the food is because there's not a food station at every single location. That's why everybody wants to be able to build one, because food resources can be sparse if you don't plan for it. I don't think about sleeping. I don't think about communal area. That shit's just it's a given. It's gonna be fine. Food is legitimately hunger is the only resource that I'm worried about for my characters ever during the playthrough. Like, I gotta worry about punching fucking zombies and, hey man, is this nigga hungry? That's all I gotta worry about. Why the fuck would I care about somebody that loses? This bitch Isabel is my goat for a reason. Because she's just strictly plus, she's plus 10 or 9, depending on how much you actually, like, devalue Jaded. Because I swear Jaded pretty much does nothing. Barbara? I haven't even gotten to Barbara yet. It's crazy that you allow one person to have both of these on the same person. And and the fact that Barbara of all people, these are on the same level as Joe. The weapon one, these are better than Joe's. These are definitely better than Joe. The damage reduced in my mind, my opinion specifically, it's a 10. It's definitely a 10, especially on hard, because like the zombies just do so much damage. Like you can die in like 3 hits to like one of those big zombies if you make a mistake while trying to like punch him down, which I understand. Not everybody punches a zombie down, but that just means that they're killing the zombie even easier than I'm talking about. Like, if I had a bat and I fought some of these zombies, shit. It'd be like, what, 5 or 6 hits to kill a zombie? It wouldn't be a problem. But, like, since these make guns, and guns kill zombies, and this one makes melee weapons, blunt and sharp weapons, for cheaper, and they also kill zombies, you would think that her negative trait would be worse than this. I remember we're way back when I thought that this was an actual like negative trait, but then when I learned, because I'm not even gonna lie, I nerfed myself because I thought that like anything with vegetables, because I thought that's how they were gonna balance it, because that made sense in my head. I thought that anything with vegetables, the goulash, the casseroles, anything that you put vegetables in would not work for Barb. And then I watched somebody feed this bitch a goulash, and I was like, so you're telling me I've been making this game hard on myself for no fucking reason? Because this bitch loses morale from eating vegetables or vegetable meals. Goulash has vegetables in it. Why is she not losing morale from eating that? Like, dead ass, this perk would make more sense if goulash made goulash and anything else with vegetables. Cause dead ass, I used to sit here, and I used to go over here with Daff, and whenever I found meat, I would straight up only make this. I swear to God, it would straight be meat stew only for Barbara. I would only make meat stew because she can only eat meat. That's what the description says. It says that she can't eat vegetable things. Oh, what is this goulash? Oh, there's vegetables in it. That means that Barb couldn't eat it. Oh, there's vegetables in this. That means that Barb can't eat it. Oh, there's vegetables in this. That means that Barb can't eat this. That's how I took it. I was like, you know what? That's a pretty balanced thing because Barb's fucking OP. Not at all. That's not how it worked. That's not how it worked. This is either a 10 or a 9. This is either a 9 or an 8. And this is a fucking joke. Because it's pretty much not there. You just make goulashes and the fucking the negative, she just has 2 A+++ traits. There's no negative downside to anything with Barb. She's just always gonna be good. There's never gonna be a spot where you're like, I don't have the meat to feed Barb. I can't pick her up. I'd much rather wait and pick her up later because of this, but that means that I'm going to be behind in weapons because, you know, I can't get Barb right now because I can't make it all the way down there to the Staten farm or whatever it is with the cows to like have enough meat to sustain Barb. But that's not how it is. Everything that you feed Barb is everything that you feed Barb is a vegetable meal. It has vegetables in it. I covered that up. Like, you can't see me do it, but I covered that shit up. That shit is not a negative perk. She has a 10-9 and a 9-8. She's just a plus 19. There's literally no downside. If you don't pick up Barb, you're either doing a challenge or you are challenged. Sorry, I am so sorry for that. If you don't pick up Barb, You're either trying to throw the game or you're doing a challenge. Legitimately, there's no downside to Barb. There's only upside. Like, if I looked at the stock and somebody told me that, yeah, man, it's going to go up, and I didn't put money in it, what the fuck would I be doing? That's just, Barb is the crazy. Same thing with Joe. Like, Joe's almost there with Barb, but like, since food is so, like, since food can be a problem if you don't, like, resource manage early and make sure that you have enough for late, this can become worse. That's why I gave it like a 4 or 5. Like, if you don't plan, this can bump up to a 6, because then the morale thing does come in. But like, even then, I don't think I've ever had like a problem where I'm just like, oh damn, man, he's low health, his morale's starting to drop like a rock, he might leave. That's never been the case. Never. Because he hits like yellow morale, I shove him in the communal area. I give him some beer. It's whatever. Because morale is such a joke. Like, it's such a joke of a character resource. Like I barely have to think of. I don't think about it. I don't think about it, because it's so irrelevant. Joe, Barb, you got to do something about them. Aubrey, I wish I didn't kick her out, because Aubrey, her perk, Daff has her perk, right? Daff has her perk. Another one that's goated because of food being the main character resource that you need to worry about, like 10 times more than sleep and especially fucking morale. Morale is such a joke because of beer, the pure alcohol, the communal area. Morale is legitimately a joke unless you introduce something that's like, you can't gain morale back. Like, unless like grief or guilt was like, you cannot gain morale back during this phase, and beer didn't work for certain states. That's the only time that I can see like morale even being slightly concerning, because that's how much of a joke morale is. Like, it's irrelevant. It's truly irrelevant. And the fact that Daff has this perk, the first aid training, good cook. This one's like a 5 or 6. This one's like a I want to give this one an 8. It's about the same as Joe's thing, because I mean, if you manage your resources well, you really don't need Joe. I did another run, but like, I was just fucking up. I was just getting deep wound everywhere. That's before I started like punching shit. That's before my brain unlocked the whole, oh, my fists are actual weapons. But like, this is like an 8, because like, if you once you play enough, you understand that like, you can do perfectly fine resource management if you know where to go early, and you hit up spots before the whole water thing happens. So that's why I'm giving this an 8. This one, again, it's like a 5 or 6, depending on like, if you're newer or if you're lure. Actually, I'll give this like it's like a 6 to 4. It's like a 6 to 4. This is the main one that carries Daff. Like, being able to cook extra things early is just, it's crazy. It's not super duper crazy, but it is pretty crazy. This perk, well, this negative, it's decent. I give it about a 5, because like, reduced attack damage just makes it longer. Like, it just increases like the runtime, which isn't terrible, because I mean, I just go around punching shit with Daff anyways. Even before I was doing the punching thing, somehow I just was always punching shit with Daff. Yeah, Aubrey though, I don't know why she has this perk. Only one positive trait. Only one positive perk, trait, whatever you want to call it. But Barbara has 2 like A plus perks, and then one that's similar to Aubrey's, but is practically phased out immediately. Legit, it pretty much like you just go, you just erase it, like it's gone. Like there's no extra. It's just two positive traits for Barb, and then Aubrey is over here with picky eater, where she can't eat like raw food and she can't eat junk food. What kind of bullshit? Why would you make a character like Barb and then you would make a character like Aubrey? Because like that's the reason why, like, in this run I've hated on Aubrey so much, because like it's not Aubrey's fault that she's poorly designed. Not that she's poorly designed, like her and her character and her backstory and all that stuff, but her traits, they're not well balanced at all. They're pretty much fucking useless. I'm always gonna take Miguel over her, because Miguel's negative trait is pretty much the same as Barbara's. Like, you get the communal area and you sit his ass in the base, or you send him out every time and he's just 10 times better than Aubrey. Like, legit, Aubrey and Raoul are pretty much on the same level for me. Like, they are D tier characters that have almost no use in the game. And it's crazy because Raoul is the only person that can do the distillery stuff, which is the craziest part to me, that the devs for this game still haven't made Raoul useful, but they have Aubrey, Miguel, and Daff in the game with the same perk, doing the same things, and they just shaft Aubrey. Like, they fully shaft her. They give her 2 negative traits in one. Barb has 1 negative trait that literally disappears. Actually, just disappears. It fully disappears. And then I'm pretty sure, who else fucking has an eating thing? There's somebody else. I think it's Hudson. I think Hudson just can't eat junk food. That's legit it. It's just he can't eat junk food. Like, bro, what the fuck is that? Why does Aubrey have 2 negatives? I mean, Hudson's pretty up there too. He's in the D tier as well. Like, he is those 3, Raoul, Aubrey, and Hudson, all fodder characters. They are useless. That, you know what perks, you know what negative trait is actually pretty good? That fucking barricade one for Hudson is actually a really good negative trait, but it is on the wrong fucking person. That's for damn sure. I understand why he has it and whatnot, but like at the same time, like, there's just no way that Hudson has 2 negative traits and a barely active positive trait. The activation rate for the dodge on Hudson is so abysmally, like, it's astronomically low. It's like 0.00001% chance to get that shit to proc. So why do they have a, I'm dead ass, Hudson's middle perk, the whatever, getaway artist or whatever it's called, that thing is a straight 0 in my book. Like, it's not bad, it's not good. And the reason why I give it a 0 is because it's pretty much not fucking there. It's non-existent. Like, he might as well just have 2 negative fucking perks. He doesn't have a positive one. It's straight up a 0. And then he has a 7 negative perk with the whole barricade thing, because that is one of the worst ones, right? Like, up there with the taking extra damage. Because, like, being able to not do all the barricades early is so impactful, like, for the run. Like, when you can't restore 3 at a time, and you don't have the resources to make things, and then you can't move over to, like, a new thing fast enough, that makes the game hard. The eating one, I mean, it kind of does early, but like, let's be honest, like it's just fucking morale. It really doesn't do anything whatsoever. The extra damage and the barricade negative traits are some of the best negative traits in this game. That's just it. This one that Michelle has, what is it? Loses more rest each phase. I swear I can barely feel that shit. Small stomach's actually pretty good. Small stomach on hard mode is actually pretty good because if you get her early, you don't have to feed her. This is why her stocks in my book have gone up. Like, yes, this one's not the best. Lockpicks are used. There's a lot more lockpicks area, so this one's not as bad. I probably give the lockpick positive perk like a 3 or 4 depending when you get her. This hunger one, if you get her super early, this goes up to like it's like a 5 to a 7. It's like a 5 to a 7 depending on like what time in the game you get Michelle. Like if you can get her early enough, having less hunger needs is actually huge. Again, because it's part of the hunger bar. It's not part of the rest bar. It's not part of the morale bar. It's part of the hunger bar, because the hunger bar is the only character resource that matters in this game, sadly. So Michelle, she's like a B tier character to me. Like, I know that sounds crazy to say, but Michelle is like a B. If you want to give her C, you can give her C. But Michelle is like a B tier character to me, just because if you get her early, she quite literally just does not have to eat as much as everybody else. Like, that hunger trait is so... I don't know. I haven't talked about it like on Discord. Nobody's really brought it up. But I feel like if people were to rank them, it'd probably be criminally underrated. I know like normal playthrough people probably won't feel like it's that important, but if you play on hard, that fucking hunger bar goes down quick, and I mean quick. So Michelle in my book, she's a B for me, but if people give her a C, I understand it. For Christine, I think they balanced. She's one of the newer ones. I think they balanced her pretty well. Producing additional items when planting in the garden. 2 extra is pretty good early. This is on the same level, if not worse, than Hudson's. This is a 0. If it did something negative, I would make it go negative. But like, this is like a 0. This is like a negative point. This is like a negative 0.00000001, because this is a whole ass curveball fucking event that you have to get for her to fucking trigger. That is the stupidest. It's not stupid. It's not stupid. That is a terrible design. Because I swear to God, I've had this bitch the entire time, and I've never... This entire run, I've come back from so many different runs, done so many phases, almost been starving, and I still haven't gained any extra vegetables. This is non-fucking existent. I don't know the percentage probability on some of these things, but if I could see the number, I would fucking laugh. I know I would. This is one of the best negative traits in the game. This is a 10 for negative trait. And then after this is the barricade thing, because that shit hurts early game. This hurts every single part of the run game, especially on hard. You will die in 3 hits. You will die in 2 hits to some zombies. If it's like the bloater or the military one, you can die in 2 hits. This one, the green thumb, I'm gonna be honest, it really only adds like 2 fucking things to the vegetables, which is fine because it doesn't need to be any stronger than that. But it's probably like there's a lot of range for this one, because if you plan you really don't need to pick up Christine. I mean, I pick her up. I mean, two extra things early when the water thing's not on is crazy. After the water, like early before water, I'd say this is probably about like an 8. After the whole water thing comes on and you need water for everything, the stock for this green thumb goes down a good bit. It's like a 6 or a 5. Because like 2's not really gonna cut it, and she's the only one that can plant shit to get it. Like, so what is she? She's like an 8 early, 6 or 5 late. This is like a fucking 10, and then this is a 0. So like Christine is getting shafted when it comes to trait balancing. If I'm completely honest, she's getting shafted, but it is completely fine in my book, because just because like I there's not you can only send 2 fucking people out at a time. So like some people just have to sit in the shelter. I'm not gonna send her out. I don't ever send her out because of this, and because she can do that early, so I don't send her out. And then once she's made enough food, I feel like, you know, I try to think about it like if this were real life. She's done enough for the cause. She brought in some extra fucking vegetables early, so I'm gonna let her chill. Like, you know, if we get back to one of those places she can plant more stuff, she's chilling. Like, I'm not gonna kick Christine out. That's why you saw me kick out like Robbie and the other people. But like Christine, she's chilling. She did her job. But they should probably balance her traits a little bit more, or they could keep it the same. I don't really mind that, but it's crazy to me that some people like Daff have 2 super positive traits, and like a 3 negative trait. Like this is like a 3 to a 5 depending on who's playing, but like it's a 3 for me. Like this is just, that's ridiculous. Miguel again. I think I think this should probably do a little more. This is pretty good. This is like a 3 to a 5. This is I truly couldn't tell you, because I don't ever send the man out. Because they're just better people. I'd say he's about a B though. I'd say he's about a B, just because if you do send him out, like you completely ignore this. If he is your runner, you completely ignore this. He gets extra damage on like just melee damage, so his fists start fucking, you know, doing work, and he can make the medicine and shit for himself, of course, unless he has like the sprained fucking wrist. But that's why if you play with him, you would just keep 1 medicine, 1 thing, 1 bandage. Like, you pretty much just keep 1 of all medicines just as a backup for him. So if you do go out with him and you're running with him, you can just come back, fix him up, you know, put everything into him, and then in 2 phases he'll just be back to going outside. And then you just have to pretty much make sure that you replace those things for him, so he can always make them. It's pretty simple. So that's why I'm like, he's like a B. Kirk's Superman. This man's got fucking jaded. This is like a -1. This is like a -1. This is a fucking 10. This perk is insane. I don't care what you say. Taking less damage in combat is crazy on hard. And then this one's pretty much fucking irrelevant. Like I said before, only the hunger bar would matter, and this really doesn't do anything, because you can continue to operate legitimately. I read this, and the only thing that I'm reading this is, oh yeah, man, if you break your wrist or sprain your wrist, yeah, man, you can still do stuff. This is the only character that is made specifically for sprained wrist, apparently. Stupid. Because like it's not like, oh yeah, you know, you get 1 free phase if he's starving and it says that he would die. It blocks the death from happening. Like, no, it's just oh yeah, man, critical state for this 1 thing. You can still go out and scab if you have little flimsy ass fucking wrist. Like, this should be changed to like negate 1 negative thing that happens to him. Like deadass. Like, if I were the devs, I'd either make this negate, like if he's hunger, especially since this is unfazed. If this is hunger and he gets down here and it's like 1 more phase until he dies, Like, he's the only person that would be able to hit 0 hunger and not die. But after he hits zero hunger, this trait goes away and he doesn't have it anymore. And if you don't feed him that next phase, then he dies. That would make this trait actually fucking useful. The other way that I see it is if he's out and he's one hit. I don't know if anybody's played Elden Ring Night Rain, but there's that one character that where if you were to die from one hit, you kind of just like shake it out, kind of like shake it off. So it's kind of like Hudson's, but it would be 10 times fucking better because it would be 100% activation rate, but it would only happen one time every run. Especially since he's supposed to be like a tank and unfazed, it would make sense that he would have a cheat death trait. Like, I don't understand how they fumbled so hard with this unfazed trait. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because this thing is ass. Because how long has Kirk been in the game? And how long has fucking like the sprained wrist been in the game? Because I swear to God, the first time that I've had sprained wrist is this run on Isabel, not even Kirk. So she couldn't use anything. And I know how I got them. So it's literally almost impossible for me playing to get Kirk to have sprained fucking wrist. So make this trait useful, please. Give him like a once a run cheat death or something. It would make so much more sense. Like, I like the idea of unfazed. Like, in my mind, with the way that everything's, with who Kirk is, he's a tank. He's a fucking tank. So please, like, it's a really good description, but it doesn't do anything. Like, the description is just fluff for a trait that never actually gets used. If it prevented death like one time, a run, or one time, like when you're, I still don't know what the super low rest does or the super low morale. I think I heard somebody say that they run away or something like that. Like, yeah, if they did that for like one of these, like you just get like one freebie on each of these. So like if Kirk got all the way morale, he wouldn't run away, but then you'd have to eventually, you'd have to do the morale. If he got all the way sleepy, I don't know what the sleep does because it's never been a problem. Neither has the morale. I'm not one of those people that like plays and lets these people just starve to death at the time. The only reason why they're yellow right now is because I'm trying to do the spill zone, and this is my first time doing it, so resource management was a little off. I had like 17 people going in here, and I thought that there would be more food over here, but it makes sense as to why this area doesn't have food, because there's fucking toxic gas in the area. So anybody that's asking for the food thing in the toxic area, why would there be a garden in this in like an industrial waste plant? It doesn't make any sense. Are you trying to mutate something? Or are you trying to make different zombies? Come on. Anyways, they really need to change this. I don't know if they need to make it that good. That's why, like, the once per run thing, he would probably actually jump up to, like, number 1. Like, he would be number 1 if he got a once per run, like, survive the last hit type of deal. Because then it wouldn't, because like if a military guy hit you and that shit did like 1/3 of your health, and and you were at like 1/3, but it would have killed you, and you just keep that chunk of health, and then the next zombie hits you but it's less and you don't die, like that would be a great perk, but not for him because of tough. That's why I think it would probably have to be like the hunger thing. Like he gets one freebie on each thing, to where like a game, like, oh yeah, one time when he's 0 hunger, he survives through it. That would make sense to me. Because that other shit, I'm not gonna lie, that sounded, I thought about it a little bit more. That'd probably be a little too OP. Probably a little too OP. Isabella, I feel like she's fine. You probably just need to make another negative trait that isn't jaded, because I'm so sick of people having it and it doing nothing. Barb she's a problem. She's way too busted. You gotta change this meat thing. If you change that meat thing to the way that I thought it was supposed to be, to where she can only eat the little bitty meat things, and she can't have the goulash, she can't have the casserole, she can't have the carne asada or whatever it is. If she can't have those, like, it would make more sense as to this being a negative trait. That would actually hurt, because then more people that get Barb would want to go all the way down to like the Stanton farm or whatever it is, and then they'd have to travel all the way back up because there's no ending down there. So like, if you pick up Barb early, then you know. But if you don't pick up Barb early, then it's going to be a harder run. But you don't have to worry about trying to figure out where the fuck you're going to get the meat from, unless there was a person that could craft alcohol, and then you just constantly, give Barb alcohol because Raul's useful, because morale actually means something to Barb, because morale literally, actually, I don't even think that could work, because like, these traits just, they're not like a permanent morale loss. Like, legit shit, I'd never send Barb out. What I would do with Barb, if that were me, I'd get her, I'd come the fuck over here, I'd sit her in here literally every single day. Every single day that she's not over here making a fucking weapon, she's sitting in the thing, like dead ass. Like, morale things are just not good, because a lot of the people that have the morale shit are people that you don't send out a lot. Like, you could have a roster, like, really good people that would really matter on, would probably be like Kirk, Leo, Isabel, Penny, Joe, like all the big backpack people, Vince even, but I mean, Vince already has that negative effect. Like, Vince is completely fine how he is. He's probably the most balanced character in this game, if I'm not gonna lie to you. Vince is probably the most balanced character in this game. The most balanced. Deadass. There's nothing that you need to change about Vince. He's got the best, he's got the best or second best perk in the game, depending on who you ask. And then he's got the worst negative trait in the game, which pretty much balances it out. Like, you want him, but sometimes you just really can't do it, because Vince is Vince and he can die easy. Christine needs to get a little bit more balancing. Like I said before, injury prone is the best negative trait. It's the number 10. It's the 10 for the negative traits. This is okay early, decent mid. This is non-existent. She for sure needs to get a nerf. This is ridiculous. Why does she have two super duper good things and one perk that legitimately 2 other people have, and one of them just has one of them has a decent second and a pretty much non-existent third one? Like, come on, bro. Kirk, Isabel, that's that. Michelle, she's a lot better than I thought she was. They got to do something about this. They got to do something about these negative traits. They barely do anything. They need to affect hunger. If negative traits don't affect hunger, they don't mean anything. I promise you. If they're not connected to hunger, they don't mean anything. Joe's morale trait connected to hunger is probably the best morale negative trait that there is, but it's nowhere near as good as it needs to be for how many good things he has as a character. Hudson is just, they hate that guy. I mean, I hate him too, but like, they really hate that guy, because his things, his positive perk's a 0. His negative perk is one of the highest ones, because the barricade early, and most of the time you will get him pretty early. That's why it's so bad. Like, the barricade it's pretty important not to waste wood early, especially because you don't have Joe. So like, you're using like 3 wood to get two out of it. It's terrible. Like, Hudson needs a buff or something to his dodge mechanic, because that shit does not proc ever. Aubrey, they gotta stop doing her dirty. Like, I get it, she's a picky eater, but like, why is she? Why can she not eat junk food and unraw things? It's not even that like she gets sick, because I'm pretty sure Raul has like he gets sick from like eating raw shit, or somebody does. I can't remember who, but somebody does, and then she only has one of the decent perks that Daph has, which isn't the best one, but like two recruitable characters have the same positive perk, and one of them only has one positive perk, which is the thing that two other people have, and her negative trait is two negative traits put in one. Because if Barbara's is one negative trait, Aubrey's is two negative traits put in one, with like a plus like 6 to 4 trait depending on how early you get her. Actually, it's more like a 5 to 3 trait. That medicine trait is just trash, because I'm gonna say it's 5 to 3, but like it's pretty bad, because like who's gonna waste the components when they're bottlenecking components on anything past the very first station? And I don't have all the tape in the world early, so why the fuck am I gonna use? I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna grab all the stuff. I'm gonna play super duper safe. Aubrey's gonna be extra super duper fucking useless, like for 30% of the run. That's why she's not here anymore. I kicked her out because she's as useless can be. Raul's not here either. He has a negative trait, an absolutely useless trait, and then I think he has 3 traits, and I can't remember what the third one is. That's how like irrelevant it is. Like it doesn't mean anything to me. I just know that he has the distillery, and then like the food thing. That's it. That's all I know. Like Larry, the black dude that's like at the top of the police station. I feel like he's actually really well balanced, because he does extra blunt weapon damage, which you find more blunt weapons and sharp damages, which you find more blunt weapons than bladed weapons, which is another. I'll continue about Larry. I feel like Larry's very balanced. The bad actually, you know what? It's the damage, then it's the bad back, and then it's the barricade one. The damage one's a 10. The bad back one is a 10 or 9. I'm not gonna lie, that bad back one is fucking. It's a horrendous negative trait. Probably more people should have it. And then the barricade one is like it's an 8 to 6. I'm gonna change it to like it's an 8 to 6. Depending on like how early you have a person, and like depending on how many people you have in your thing. So the earlier, the worse the barricade negative trait is. The later, it doesn't fucking matter. Like honestly, it truly doesn't. Like if you do the last one and it's like fill this motherfucker up, like if you put Huts in there, like come on, you're usually gonna have that one little block left. So I mean, it's just to make it look pretty. Yeah, so Larry, he's fine. He has one of the worst perks, but he also has a really, really, really good positive perk. But he only has 2 perks, which makes sense. It's supposed to balance itself out. Because I used to do runs with fucking Larry. I'm pretty sure his name's Larry. I used to do runs with Larry literally every single time I'd go pick that man up, because of the increased damage, and I get Barb to make the fuck out of those bats. I make so many bats. Now that I've practiced on like melee with my fists and stuff, he's not really that great anymore, because like, I mean, it's what, like 9-11 hits depending on the zombie. Like I don't really care. Like I'll eat it, and then I'll just use the small weapons for assassinating people. So I feel like Larry's fine, but at the same time, his negative trait's a little too negative. Like that is a super negative trait. The melee one is crazy because you don't get a damage buff on the bladed ones, and most of the melee weapons don't do crazy damage unless they're bladed. Like that's just how it is. Like that fire axe, I don't think there's a single melee weapon that can like compete with, like a blunt weapon that can compete with like the fire axe. Like, and speaking of, I'm gonna get to Penny right now because like I do start with her a lot. Her sneak perk is, it's really strong. I used to think it was a lot stronger than it actually is, because honestly, with the way that punching is in this game and how you can dodge stuff, like Penny is really good. On normal difficulty, Penny is a 10. On hard difficulty, Penny... Oh, well, no. Okay, let me go back. Larry's probably about like a 6. 5 or 6. He's pretty well balanced. He's like middle of the pack, so I'd probably give him like a B or C. He's about as good as Michelle. I'm not gonna give him an A because that backpack fucking thing is a killer. Like, legitimately, it's a killer. Like, you can't even bring shit back with you. Even if you put the weapons in the spot and then bring all the things back because you cleared, like, a way back to, like, the exit, it's still so few items to come back with, like, when you think about it, because it's 4 less than what Isabelle could, like, carry. It's crazy. Sorry about the squeaking. That's my chair. Yeah, Larry's about, he's like a B or C, depending on what your playstyle is like. Penny's my goat. She's my MJ. She's the day one. I love her. I like her perks. I like the bladed perk, but at the same time I don't like it because like you really can't see how much damage it adds. Like, and also like when you assassinate people, like it takes away the same amount of durability. It just, I've mentioned something about it before, but it is what it is. It's gonna stay that way, so it is what it is. Her nightmare perk, it's irrelevant. That thing is so useless. That thing is so fucking useless. It does nothing. Like I could go to a location and get nightmare, and it means nothing. Like it's such a useless like state. Like hers is a trait, which is crazy because nightmare as a state is fucking useless. Like nightmare as a status effect is useless. Like it doesn't do anything. It doesn't make the game any harder. It doesn't make it any easier. It's pretty much just a cool looking fucking ghost on your screen like the entire time. Like that's it. Like I go in and grab that human meat every time. And I do understand it is human meat. But I make Penny go up there and grab that shit all the time because guess what? She has the trait. She's used to it. This shit's useless. It doesn't do anything. So, the sneak and the blade are pretty good. I give the nightmare thing, I'm not gonna lie, I still can't give it like a 0 though. It's probably about a 2 or 3 if I'm honest, because sleep is a better negative trait than whatchamacallit, more morale. Like sleep is 10 times better to like try to get off of people because like people can really like miss out on sleep instantly. Like morale's pretty hard to like lose. Like, cause there's just so much shit for it. Like even sleep though, like you just can make coffee. Like look at this. I got 23 coffees that I did make, of course. But the pure alcohol, it's such a joke. Like legit, all these morale negative traits are just a joke. I made the coffee because of I just don't like. Sometimes people like her, Daff. She just has to keep pumping out like food because she's so useful. And I just can't let her go to sleep. And since they don't lose sleep during that, I mean, that's why I have 23 coffees. So Penny's negative trait, it's I'm gonna make it like a 1 or a 2. It's like a -1 or a 2. Her sneak trait is it's about an 8. It's about I give it like a I get like I on the low end I see if you want to give it like a 7. On the high end, if you want to give it a 9, I can see why you would give it a 9. I would never give Penny's negative trait at this point in my in this point in how many hours I have in this game. I would never give Penny's silent trait a 10 unless you're playing on normal. If you're playing on normal, that shit's OP. If you're playing on hard, it's like a 7 to 9 depending on how you're playing. Her other trait. What is her last trait again? I literally just went through. Oh, her other one's the blade damage. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really fight with Penny too much. Like unless it was to like take away durability, like unless they change it to where the durability goes down less when you assassinate people, that would make more sense because that shit is useless. Who the fuck is who's getting in sword fights with fucking Penny? She's a sneak character. You're running around, you're assassinating people. That takes durability off of weapons. I hate the fact that when I'm playing fucking Penny and I'm running around with these broken bottles that have like a sliver of durability. I'm playing Penny and I'm thinking, hey man, this is Penny. She's blade proficient. So I'll go behind this person, I'll stab them in the back of the neck. I'll stab this zombie in the back of the neck. And then it should leave a little bit of durability to where I can use this glass bottle again. That's the kind of trait that I think Penny should have. Not an increased blade weapon. Fucking fire axe is... Who needs more damage on bladed weapons? Who needs it? It's literally... It's a fluff buff. That shit's useless. Give me something that actually is useful. It just doesn't make any sense. My bad, sorry. It just doesn't make any sense why her trait is blade damage when you don't. You're not actually fighting with blades. Like who's picking up a knife and fighting a zombie with it? That shit's stupid. Like, I understand sometimes you can, like, you know, those emergency fights because something fucks up, and you just have the thing in your hand before you can swap off to beat the zombie up. But, like, other than that situation, like, that's still pretty much irrelevant. Like, I want it to lose less durability. I don't give a fuck about the damage for those blade things. I want it to lose less durability. So, Penny in my book, she used to be S tier. With recent revelations to this game, for me anyways, and the whole introduction of these fucking fists are OP, Penny has sadly dropped in stock. She's still the GOAT, but she has sadly dropped in stock, and she's pretty much as useful as, like, she's like a B. If you want to give her an A, you can give her an A. But she's still my GOAT, but she's like a B to me, dead ass. Like, it's terrible, I know, but she's like a B tier character. Like, once you play this game long enough, she's like a B tier character. That one guy, Robbie, he's pretty much like a zero-sum ass fucking dude. Negative effect does nothing. Positive effect does nothing. Legit, it's just a flat 0 for Robbie for me. Like, he's better than Hudson. He's better than the other chick. He's better than Raul. Weirdly enough, just because there's nothing too crazy going on with him. There's just nothing like too crazy. Like, he just, you know, just give him some beer and he gains some more morale, which I never give him beer because there's no point, because morale is such a fluff resource. Like, it's there for looks pretty much. Robbie, he's like a C. Like, he's cemented in C. They balanced him pretty well, but he is useless. That's just it. Like his alcohol trace is 0. His fucking, well, it's like a 1, and then I don't even know what his negative trait is, but it's not that bad, so I'm just gonna give it a -1. So it equals out to 0. Straight middle. He's straight C. Actually, I could probably make some people F, to be honest. Like Hudson, he's a fucking F. He's an actual F. Like Hudson's probably one of the only Fs in the game. Like Aubrey, she's pretty goddamn close. Raul, Aubrey, they're D's. Hudson's an F. Robbie is a C. I'd probably give Miguel a C as well. I mean, nah, I really can't. He's probably about a B2. Lester might be a C as well. I can't remember what his traits are because I never picked that man up. I think those are like most of the people that I pick. Vince. Vince is a very, very good character, but like balance wise, if I were to rate him, because the backpack skill is high, it's like a 9 or 10 depending, and then the damage skill is the take damage skill. It'd be a 10. So, I mean, he'd pretty much even out, but the backpack itself, like, just having the extra space to just go grab stuff would put him above, like, he'd be at, like, the top of C. He would be at the top of C or low B. Like, he'd be, like, at the very end of B or a very high C. Like the drink. I like Vince. I think I'm going to get him more with future runs. I think that's about it. I did Larry. Larry's about a B. I've already ranked all these people. Miguel's about he's probably a B as well, depending. Like some of these people's score for me depend on like how early you get them and how late you get them. Because Michelle's better if you get her earlier. Miguel's better if you get him earlier. Kirk's just... This man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Kirk's stocks are up for me. Like, this is not a negative. This isn't a positive. And this is just a 10. Like, deadass Kirk is like an A character to me. Like, an A... If you want to put him in S, I can understand why you would want to put him in S. But like he's like an A plus, like he's at the top of A, like almost touching like S. I don't know all. I think there were some new recruitable characters that I haven't gotten this run. This just turned into a rant, so I might just cut off the first piece, so it might be a little bit different, and I might just upload this as like these are the problems with Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, and this is how I see each character, ranking, and possible solutions for certain characters, traits, and just workarounds. But yeah, that'll probably be like that'll probably be the name whenever you see this. Something along the lines of that. The starting pairs, crazy. That Leo and the other guy, oh my god, I'm gonna play Leo the next time that I start a thing. Leo seems absolutely top of S tier for me. He is top of the S tier for me. Leo seems completely busted. There's nobody that comes close to the character of Leo. That man... I don't know what his negative is. I can't remember because I never play with Leo. That man is a problem. Because I'm already giving Kirk top of A just because he has the not taking damage perk. Like, bro, you gotta be kidding me. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try out Leo. I think Leo's the best character in the game, and I think Hudson's the worst character in the game. That's my top bottom, and then everything in between was in there that I talked about. I think there's just too many people with like the same traits, but then like they have like negatives that don't make sense. Like they don't make sense at all as like balancing. Like they just need to change. Like it could still be the same trait, but it needs to actually do something different. Like it could still say the same thing. Like picky eater could be picky eater for Aubrey, but like you have to change it to where it's either one or the other, or you just have to make picky eater mean something else. Like she can only eat one thing. Like that's it. Like one type of food. Well, actually, she really doesn't need to be nerfed. But or you can change somebody else's thing instead of Aubrey's. Because like repeat like negative traits and repeat positive traits. The only repeat positive traits that there should be are the ones from starting characters. Like pennies. Like the stealth thing, there should probably be one person on the map that you can pick up that has the penny thing. And if that's not the case, and if you don't agree with that, then we should get rid of all the rest of the duplicate fucking traits. But if you're on the same page as me, then we should probably have somebody. We should probably have like only like 2 of each trait, but like different people have different traits, so it balances more out. Because this shit is ridiculous. Like it's just so unbalanced. It's so unbalanced. It's so unbalanced. Like now that my eyes have been opened, this game is sadly unbalanced. Like deadass, if you were to go watch my playthrough of the campaign of this before this one, where I say it's the end, and I'm like, damn, dude, this game's hella hard. I have done a complete like 180 for this game. This game is a lot easier than I thought it was. This game needs to be harder, but not like mechanic wise. You need to make the characters harder to play themselves. I'm pretty sure that is what I brought up the last time that I brought up resources. They did do some meaningful changes. They've added a lot of negative states, but they haven't changed what fundamentally will make the game harder: the character traits themselves. Because all of these morale loss traits mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you make morale mean something like hunger, then Raoul will be useful. Raoul will stay useless D tier. He's not F. I'm not gonna do him like fucking I do hate Raoul, but I don't hate him as much as Hudson. He will stay D tier until you fix the morale problem. Like, morale is such a joke. Sleep, it goes hunger's the hardest to keep track of, morale's the second, and then sleep. I genuinely, actually, it's probably hunger, sleep, then morale, if I'm honest. Yeah, it is definitely hunger, sleep, and then morale. Morale is quite literally the worst, the most useless. Like, if you got rid of that circle, I'm pretty sure I could put tape over this little white head with the thing in it, and as long as these things popped up, like guilt and whatever popped up, I promise you I could still beat this fucking game without actually knowing my level of morale. It's crazy. It's so useless, and every single negative trait goes straight into morale. The only ones that affect sleep are fucking Michelle's, which I really cannot tell. I truly can't tell if she loses more sleep than others or whatnot. It feels like she fucking stays awake better than other people. And then Penny's the nightmare one that affects sleep because she can miss it. And half the time, I just toss her ass in the communal area. She gets recovering. Then I just throw her in the fucking bed. And then I don't have to think about that ever. The only one that I'm constantly looking at, that's why it's the only one that's yellow, and every single other one is almost full blue or green. Come on now. You know there's a problem with character traits, the character negative traits specifically for some of the S tier, A tiers, not the B's, not the C's, not the D's, and not the F's. Like their positive traits, they can stay the same, but their negative traits need to be worse. They need to have a worse trade-off for being so good. You cannot have these characters being this good. It will not make for a meaningful, balanced playthrough. Everybody is doing it already. Everybody's already grabbing Joe, Barbara, Christine, and whoever else they feel is necessary to like go on. But like those are the three that I promise you in almost every run you'll just get, because they do a lot. Like, who doesn't want extra food? Who doesn't want extra parts? Who doesn't want cheaper guns and weapons? Barb does way too much. She does weapons and like she does melee weapons and guns. That's crazy. Joe, I understand, is the dismantle, but he also has the big backpack, which I understand. It's Joe. It makes sense. But what's his negative? It has something to do with morale, right? Oh yeah, it has something to do with hunger. But it's not actually hunger itself. It's morale. It's not. Why? If I were the devs, I would change this. A legit, you could just flip this around and it would be a good, meaningful, negative trait for Joe. Extra hunger is lost when morale is low. And just call it, he's just hungry. He just gets like the anxiety eats or the nervous eats, or like when people get nervous and their coping mechanism is like eating, those people, like that would be Joe. Like that's what it looks like the picture is, but for some odd reason the words became like they're backwards. Because then Joe wouldn't be as good. If Joe lost hunger instead of morale, it would make more sense as to why he's so fucking good. But it doesn't. Alright, I'm gonna stop my rant there. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm probably about to go straight on Discord and put these exact things in there and see how people feel about them, because it's just ridiculous, man. Like, how do you make such a good game, but like you put so much thought in this game? I swear to God, I can see it. I can see the effort. I feel the effort. That's why I have almost 200 hours in this fucking game, because I like playing it. But like, at a certain point, I can only say so many things about these traits being needing to be changed before this game's just like, I mean, I pretty much done it all. Like, the only thing, I'm sad to say this, but the only real thing that I'm looking forward to is like the player missions and the trades, deadass. Just because I want to see what you can trade for. I want to see if there's like special items that only pop up like during the trade, and there's like a 1% chance of like getting like a rocket launcher out of like the trade, or like a super OP gun out of there. So it'd be kind of like a gotcha thing, but I'm just a gotcha head. But please if the devs do listen to some of this, or they skip to the end, TLDR, please, please nerf some of these traits. Or not nerf like the good ones, but please buff some of the negative traits. These negative traits are not strong enough to make this game feel balanced. That's why everybody's complaining about difficulty. That's why everybody's complaining about, oh yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure the devs don't want it to be like hard early and then easy late. The only way that you change that is if you make the characters that you select harder to like survive in general. Like, these motherfuckers are walking around being like, damn man, I gotta man, my morale's low, man. I'm about to go play a game of cards, and then one phase later, I'm going out, bruh. Don't worry about me. Everything's chill. Oh, what the is that? Come on, man. Please, for the love of God, change these negative traits. Please, like, buff the negative traits. They need to be changed. Joe needs to center. If they have a food trait, please make it focused more around the hunger bar and not the morale bar. Because, like, morale just, I don't know how you would balance that, or I don't know how you would make a meaningful change to morale for it to actually be impactful. But hunger is already impactful, and there's a lot of hunger traits that affect morale, but there are no hunger traits that affect hunger. You get me? And hunger is the only character-driven resource that truly matters in this game. So please, 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 for the love of God, buff some of these negative traits so these people that are saying this game is too easy still will shut up. Thank you. That's been my TED Talk.